Somewhere beneath the waves, a submarine glides through the black. The low hum of the reactor vibrates through the steel hull. Water rushes silently along her flanks. Inside, the crew moves with practiced precision. Their world reduced to glowing screens, quiet corridors, and the constant awareness that they carry the most destructive weapons ever built. When a nuclear submarine leaves port for war, the world rarely knows. No flashing lights, no roaring engines. Just a silent shadow slipping beneath the waves, vanishing into the deep. Their greatest weapon isn't just their missiles, it's the uncertainty they create. You don't know where they are. You don't know what they're aiming at. And that's the whole point. The ultimate weapon. A ballistic missile submarine is one of the most elusive weapon platforms ever created. It moves silently beneath thousands of square miles of ocean. Invisible to satellites, radar, and most sonar. These aren't routine patrol boats. Each one is a floating fortress carrying enough firepower to change the course of history in minutes. Step inside the missile compartment of an American Ohio-class submarine and you're standing in one of the deadliest rooms on the planet. Steel launch tubes stretch from floor to ceiling. Each one holding a Trident 2D5 ballistic missile. Standing over 44 feet tall and weighing nearly 60 tons. A single Ohio-class submarine can carry up to 24 Trident missiles. Each missile can hold as many as 8 warheads. That's nearly 200 nuclear warheads per boat. Each with a destructive yield many times greater than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The range is staggering. Over 7,400 kilometers. The submarine can stay hidden in friendly waters thousands of miles away and still reach deep into enemy territory. That's why they're called second strike weapons. If an enemy manages to destroy a country's land-based missile silos or airfields, these submarines survive, hidden under the waves, and strike back. It's the ultimate insurance policy against nuclear attack. Stealth and survival. Inside a ballistic missile submarine, the outside world doesn't matter. Every wall, every hatch, every narrow passage is part of a sealed, pressurized fortress built to survive the crushing pressures of the deep. The submarine's outer hull is coated with sound-absorbing tiles to scatter enemy sonar. Its machinery is mounted on special dampers to muffle vibrations. Even the propeller is engineered to move thousands of tons of steel with barely a whisper. At the heart of this stealth is the sonar room. It's dark, quiet, and lined with glowing screens. Operators wear headphones, listening for the faintest of sounds. A distant merchant ship, a whale call, the barely audible hum of another submarine. Navigation is a science all its own. Unlike surface ships, a submarine can't rely on GPS while submerged. Instead, it uses inertial navigation systems combined with occasional updates when conditions are safe. The reactor compartment generates virtually unlimited power. It can run for decades without refueling, producing both electricity and fresh water from seawater. The submarine's endurance isn't limited by fuel. It's only limited by how long the crew can stay out. Above all, the submarine's stealth is its shield. Detection is rare, but if it happens, the crew shifts instantly into evasive mode. From the outside, it looks like nothing more than a massive black shape. But inside, it's an ecosystem designed for one purpose, to keep the boat invisible, untouchable, and ready. Life beneath the waves. Life aboard a nuclear submarine is unlike anywhere else on Earth. Once the boat slips beneath the surface, the crew enters a sealed world. No sunlight, no fresh air, no open horizon. The crew works in rotating shifts, usually 6 hours on duty, 12 hours off. The boat never sleeps. While one section mans sonar, navigation, and weapons, another is grabbing a quick meal or trying to rest. Sleeping quarters are tight. Most sailors share bunks stacked 3 high with barely enough room to sit up. Privacy is almost non-existent. Even officers share their cabins. The psychological challenge is real. Isolation wears on even the most seasoned sailors. There are no news updates, no internet, no calls home. You live in a self-contained bubble, relying entirely on the crew around you. Communication with the outside world is rare. The sub receives messages from higher command in short bursts using encrypted signals. Personal messages to the crew may take days or even weeks to arrive. As the weeks stretch into months, the mission becomes routine, but the tension never truly fades. Everyone knows that at any moment, the quiet can end with a single order. And that order could change history. The strategic game. A nuclear submarine is more than a warship. It's a statement. Its presence, or even the hint of its presence, can shift the balance of power between nations without a single shot being fired. At its core, the role of a ballistic missile submarine is deterrence. The logic is simple. If your enemy knows that you can strike back after even the most devastating attack, they're less likely to attack in the first place. Unlike land-based missile silos which can be mapped and targeted, a submarine's location is a mystery. Hidden under thousands of miles of ocean, it's almost impossible to track continuously. This invisibility is what makes them so politically powerful. When a government decides to move a ballistic missile submarine closer to a potential adversary, it sends a clear message. We are paying attention. We are ready to respond. It's a form of silent diplomacy, one that speaks through steel and stealth rather than speeches. In peacetime, these submarines remain on continuous patrol. Always at least one in the Atlantic, one in the Pacific. This ensures that there's never a moment when the deterrent isn't in place. But when tensions rise, patrol areas can shift. Boats can be positioned to respond more quickly. Sometimes that warning is intentional and public. More often, it's silent. The sub leaves port without fanfare. Intelligence analysts on the other side notice. And they know exactly what it means. That's the real strategic significance of these giants. They influence events without ever firing a weapon. They're as much a part of international politics as they are of the military. And in the delicate, dangerous balance of global power, they are a constant. Unseen, but always present. A ballistic missile submarine is humanity's ultimate paradox. It is the closest thing we have to a doomsday switch. And yet, it's also one of the strongest tools for keeping that switch from ever being pressed. Its silent presence whispers a single word into the mind of any potential aggressor: don't. Whether deployed in total secrecy or announced with purpose, they carry the same unspoken message. We're here. We're watching. Cross that line, and we will respond. That is the paradox of the nuclear submarine. Its power is not in what it does, but in what it could do. That possibility, unseen, patient, unstoppable, is what keeps it gliding silently through the deep, waiting for an order everyone hopes never comes. Because down here, there is no routine. Every patrol is a promise. Every dive into the black is a warning. And every silent hour beneath the waves is a reminder. The calm ocean surface can hide the most dangerous machine ever built by human hands.